herself respected by the intelligent, the learned, and the kind. And by the same token, she is hated by the twisted and lascivious sisterhood of married spinsters, whose husbands respect the home, but don't like it very much. Dora is a great woman, a great big woman with flaming orange hair and a taste for Nile green evening dresses. She keeps an honest, one-price house, sells no hard liquor, and permits no loud or vulgar talk in her house. Of her girls, some are fairly inactive due to age and infirmities, but Dora never puts them aside, although, as she says, some of them don't turn 3 tricks a month, but they go right on eating 3 meals a day. In a moment of local love, Dora named her place the Bear Flag Restaurant, and the stories are many of people who have gone in for a sandwich. There are normally 12 girls in the house, counting the old ones, a Greek cook, and a man who is known as a watchman, but who undertakes all manner of delicate and dangerous tasks. He stops fights, ejects drunks, soothes hysteria, cures headaches, and tends bar. He bandages cuts and bruises, passes the time of day with cops. And since a good half the girls are Christian Scientists, reads aloud his share of science and health on a Sunday morning. His predecessor, being a less well-balanced man, came to an evil end, as shall be reported. But Alfred has triumphed over his environment, and has brought his environment up with him. He knows what men should be there, and what men shouldn't be there. He knows more about the home life of Monterey citizens than anyone in town. As for Dora, she leads a ticklish existence. Being against the law, at least against its letter, she must be twice as law-abiding as anyone else. There must be no drunks, no fighting, no vulgarity, or they close Dora up. Also being legal, Dora must be especially philanthropic. Everyone puts the bite on her. If the police give a dance for their pension fund, and everyone else gives $1, Dora has to give $50. When the Chamber of Commerce improved its gardens, the merchants each gave $5, but Dora was asked for, and gave $100. With everything else it's the same. Red Cross, Community Chest, Boy Scouts. Dora's unsung, unpublicized, shameless, dirty wages of sin lead the list of donations. But during the Depression, she was hardest hit. In addition to the usual charities, Dora saw the hungry children of Cannery Row and the jobless fathers and the worried women, and Dora paid grocery bills right and left for 2 years, and very nearly went broke in the process. Dora's girls are well-trained and pleasant. They never speak to a man on the street, although he may have been in the night before. Before Alfie, the present watchman, took over, there was a tragedy in the Bear Flag Restaurant, which saddened everyone. The previous watchman was named William, and he was a dark and lonesome-looking man. In the daytime, when his duties were for you, he would grow tired of female company. Through the windows, he'd see Mac and the boys sitting on the pipes in the vacant lot, dangling their feet in the mallow weeds, and taking the sun, while they discoursed slowly and philosophically of matters of interest but of no importance. Now and then, as he watched them, he saw them take out a pint of old tennis shoes, and wiping the neck on the bottle of the sleeve, raise the pint one after another. And William began to wish he could join that good group. He walked out one day and sat on the pipe. Conversation stopped, and an uneasy and hostile silence fell on the group. After a while, William went disconsolately back to next day he went again, and this time he took a pint of whiskey. Mac and the boys drank the whiskey. After all, they weren't crazy, but all the talking they did was, "Good luck," and "Looking at you." After a while, William went back to the Bear Flag, and he watched them through the window, and he heard Mac raise his voice saying, "But God damn it, I hate a pimp." Now this was obviously untrue, although William didn't know that. Mac and the boys just didn't like William. Now William's heart broke. The bums would not receive him socially. They felt that he was too far beneath them. William had always been introspective and self-accusing. He put on his hat and walked out along the sea, clear out to the lighthouse. And he stood in the pretty little cemetery where you can hear the waves drumming always. William thought dark and broody thoughts. No one loved him. No one cared about him. They might call him a watchman, but he was a pimp. A dirty pimp. The lowest thing in the world. And then he thought that he had a right to live and be happy just like anyone else. By God he had. He walked back angrily, but his anger went away when he came to the Bear Flag and climbed the steps. It was evening, and the jukebox was playing Harvest Moon, and William remembered that the first hooker who ever gaffed him used to like that song before she ran away and got married and disappeared. The song made him awfully sad. Dora was in the back parlour having a cup of tea when William came in. She said, "What's the matter? Are you sick?" "No," said William. "But what's the percentage?" "I feel lousy. I think I'll put myself off." Dora had handled plenty of neurotics in her time. Get him out of it was her motto. "Well, do it on your own time and don't mess up the rugs," she said. A grey damp cloud folded over William's heart, and he walked slowly out and down the hall and knocked on Eva Flanagan's door. She had red hair and went to confession every week. Eva was quite a spiritual girl with a big family of brothers and sisters, but she was unpredictable. Drunk. She was painting her nails and messing them pretty badly when William went in, and he knew she was bagged, and Dora wouldn't let a bagged girl work. Her fingers were nail polished to the first joint, and she was angry. "What's eating you?" she said. William grew angry too. "I'm going to bump myself off," he said fiercely. Eva screeched at him. "That's a dirty, lousy, stinking sin," she cried, and then, "Wouldn't it be like you to get the joint pinched just when I got almost enough kick to take a trip to East St. Louis? You're a no good bastard." She was still screaming at him when William shut her door after him and went to the kitchen. He was very tired of women. The Greek would be restful after women. The Greek, big apron, sleeves rolled up, was frying pork chops in 2 big skillets, turning them over with an ice pick. "Hello kids, how is going things?" The pork chops hissed and swished in the pan. "I don't know, Lou," said William. "Sometimes I think the best thing to do would be..." Cluck! He drew his fingers across his throat. The Greek laid the ice pick on the stove and rolled his sleeves higher. "I tell you what I hear, kids," he said. "I hear like the fella talks about it, don't never do it." William's hand went out for the ice pick, and he held it easily in his hand. His eyes looked deeply into the Greek's dark eyes, and he saw disbelief and amusement, and then, as he stared, the Greek's eyes grew troubled and then worried. And William saw the change, saw first how the Greek knew he could do it, and then the Greek knew he would do it. As soon as he saw that in the Greek's eyes, William knew he had to do it. He was sad because now it seemed silly. His hand rose, and the ice pick snapped into his heart. It was amazing how easily it went in. William was the watchman before Alfred came. Everyone liked Alfred. He could sit on the pipes with Mac and the boys any time. He could even visit up at the palace flophouse. That's really sad. Go on, I'll do you one more chapter. Chapter 5. Western Biological was right across the street and facing the vacant lot. Lee Chong's grocery was on its catty corner right, and Dora's Bear Flag restaurant was on its catty corner left. Western Biological deals in strange and beautiful wares. It sells the lovely animals of the sea, the sponges, tunicates, anemones, the stars and buttle stars, and sun stars, the bivalves, barnacles, the worms and shells, the fabulous and multiform little brothers, the living, moving flowers of the sea, nudibranchs and tectobranchs, the spiked and knobbed and needly urchins, the crabs and demi-crabs, the little dragons, the snapping shrimps, and ghost shrimps so transparent that they hardly throw a shade. And Western Biological sells bugs and snails and spiders and rattlesnakes and rats and honeybees and Gila monsters. These are all for sale. Then there are little unborn humans, some whole and others sliced thin and mounted on slides. And for students, there are sharks with the blood drained out, and yellow and blue colour substituted in veins and arteries, so that you may follow the systems with a scalpel. There are cats with coloured veins and arteries, and frogs the same. You can order anything living from Western Biological, and sooner or later you'll get it. It's a low building facing the street. The basement is the storeroom with shelves clear to the ceiling, loaded with jars of preserved animals. And in the basement is a sink and instruments for embalming and injecting. Then you go through the backyard to a covered shed on piles over the ocean, and here are the tanks for the larger animals, the sharks and rays and octopi, each in the concrete tanks. There is a stairway up the front of the building, and a door that opens into an office, where there's a desk piled high with unopened mail, filing cabinets, and a safe with the door propped open. Once the safe got locked by mistake, and no one knew the combination, and in the safe was an open can of sardines and a piece of Roquefort cheese. Before the combination could be sent by the maker of the lock, there was trouble in the safe. It was then that Doc devised a method for getting revenge on a bank if anyone should ever want to. Rent a safety deposit box, he said, then deposit in it one whole fresh salmon and go away for 6 months. After the trouble with the safe, it was not permitted to keep food there anymore. It is kept in the filing cabinets. Behind the office is a room where in aquaria are many living animals. There are also the microscopes and the slides and the drug cabinets, the cases of laboratory glass, the workbenches and little motors, the chemicals. From this room come smells, formalin and dry starfish, and seawater and menthol, carbolic acid and acetic acid, smelling of brown wrapping paper and straw and rope, smell of chloroform and ether, smell of ozone from the motors, smell of fine steel and thin lubricant from the microscopes, smell of banana oil and rubber tubing, smell of drying wool socks and boots smell of rattlesnakes and musty, frightening smell of rats. And through the back door comes the smell of kelp and barnacles when the tide is out, and the smell of salt and spray when the tide is in. To the left, the office opens into a library. The walls are bookcases to the ceiling, boxes of pamphlets and separates, books of all kinds, dictionaries, encyclopedias, poetry, plays. A great phonograph stands against the wall with hundreds of records lined up beside it. Under the window is a redwood bed, and on the walls and to the bookcases are pinned reproductions of Daumier and Graham, Titian and Leonardo, and Picasso, Dali and George Grosz. Pinned here and there at eye level, so you can look at them if you want to. There are chairs and benches in this little room, and of course the bed. As many as 40 people have been in there at one time. Behind this library or music room, whatever you want to call it, is the kitchen, a narrow chamber with a gas stove, a water heater, and a sink. But whereas some food is kept in the filing cabinets in the office, dishes and cooking fat and vegetables are kept in glass-fronted sectional bookcases in the kitchen. No whimsy dictated this, it just happened. From the ceiling of the kitchen hang pieces of bacon and salami and black bêche de mer. Behind the kitchen is a toilet and shower. The toilet leaked for 5 years, until a clever and handsome guest fixed it with a piece of chewing gum. Doc is the owner and operator of the Western Biological Laboratory. Doc is rather small, deceptively small, but he's wiry and very strong, and when passionate anger comes on him, he can be very fierce. He wears a beard, and his face is half Christ and half Satan, and his face tells the truth. It is said that he's helped many a girl out of one trouble and into another. Doc has the hands of a brain surgeon, and a cool, warm mind. Doc tips his hat to dogs as he drives by, and the dogs look up and smile at him. He could kill anything for need, but he could not ever even hurt a feeling for pleasure. He has one great fear, that of getting his head wet, so that summer or winter he ordinarily wears a rain hat. He'll wade into a tide pool up to the chest without feeling damp, but a drop of rainwater on his head makes him panicky. Over a period of years, Doug dug himself into Cannery Row to an extent not even he expected. It became the fountain of philosophy and science and art. In the laboratory, the girls from Dora's heard the plain songs and Gregorian music for the first time. Li Chong listened while Li Po was read to him in English. Henri the painter heard for the first time the Book of the Dead, and was so moved that he changed his medium. Henri had been painting with glue, iron rust, and coloured chicken feathers, but he changed, and his next 4 paintings were done entirely with different kinds of nutshells. Doc would listen to any kind of nonsense and change it for you to a kind of wisdom. His mind had no horizon, and his sympathy had no warp. He could talk to children, telling them very profound things that they understood. He lived in a world of wonders and excitement. He was concupiscent as a rabbit, and gentle as hell. Everyone who knew him was indebted to him, and everyone who thought of him thought next, I really must do something nice for Doc.